Hello and welcome to a Kingscast, counting down to the HSC 2019. I'm Glenn Daniel. We have the top tips for boys and their parents on how to manage the HSC and particularly keep things in perspective. In fact, the wisdom of our Kings experts extends to all boys, facing up to a range of academic and co-curricular activities. You may well be surprised at the range of options the boys face for life beyond Kings.
Most important to keep the HSC in perspective, you need to ensure you've got a balance. We need to make sure your body's feeling well, you're eating well.
The journey to the HSC gets serious from Year 10. Our Director of Studies, Jackie Camilleri, is passing on her top 7 HSC tips to these Year 10 boys and tips for parents. Here's her list.
Boys need to have a strong team, so whether it be a year coordinator, housemaster or a tutor, they need to have a group of people who are there to support them. Likewise with parents, parents need to have a support structure around them as well to help them get through the HSC. Remove distractions is key, particularly mobile phones and a laptop when they're not needed, and making sure that they manage their time extremely well by the use of a stopwatch is what I usually encourage. Advice from old boys is very important, particularly students who have walked in the shoes where these current boys are walking at the moment. Their final years are so important. A lot of them turn 18 and it's an opportunity for them to share that final years with their mates, whether it be on the sporting fields, in the academic domain, on cadets or in the house. It is a difficult time for parents, the HSC and also the entire years of schooling. The level of stress sometimes that a parent can bring to a situation can often transfer to their sons, and we need to make sure we keep it in perspective as a moment in time. For both parents and boys, eating well and sleeping well is crucial. We need to make sure that a healthy mind comes from a healthy body, and so that boys can operate at their peak performance both academically and physically. They need to be flexible, they need to be adaptable, they need to be thought leaders and problem solvers so they can be the best version of themselves moving forward in the next stage of their lives.
Right throughout a boy's Kings experience, he has a wide range of support structures, especially in his HSC year.
It's really important that we're all working together as a team, because the team will come to complete the HSC with the boy and support the boy to get to those exams that they will sit at the end. So that's our school counsellors, that is our tutors, the academic tutors within the CLL and also the boarding houses. Obviously we can't forget the parents and their classroom teachers, as well as the housemasters and the year coordinators.
James and Nathan Dugdale began their years at Kings in 2009 and completed their HSC last year. Now Nathan is majoring in space engineering at the University of Sydney and James is heading to Oxford to study history.
There was tremendous support in 3 main areas of my schooling. Firstly, academics, secondly, in my personal life, and thirdly, with career support and looking forward to university.
During those final years, really from year 10 onwards, we tried very hard to make sure that we limited internet access time and that kind of thing to make sure that they didn't fall into particularly bad habits. We always encourage them with their studies and we always make sure that every dinner time we all sit down at the end of the day and have a chat about stuff.
Looking back at the HSC now, it really becomes apparent that it was just one small step on my overall academic journey, and in the end, it's not the be-all and end-all of everything that I'm going to do in terms of academics.
I'm very proud of them, and I think they did their best. They achieved the scores they wanted, and aside from that, they've got friends and teachers who are, I think they're happy.
And this is not about just learning for an exam, it's about learning for life, and it's just the beginning.
Yes, this learning that they're actually undertaking at the moment in 11 and 12 is the beginning of the learning for the rest of their lives. It's not just about the content they're learning, it's the nature in which they learn. It's using that knowledge to then adapt that knowledge to other different situations in a different environment. So when they do enter the workforce, they are adaptable, they are flexible, and they understand how to solve big real life world problems.
And this advice doesn't just apply to HSC students, does it?
Absolutely. It starts in Year 7. So in Year 7, it's really important that we start to educate the boys on a growth mindset. And that is that opening their minds to the fact that they can make mistakes, it's okay, and understanding that their mind is constantly growing as they journey through Year 8 all the way up to Year 12.
And there's never been a time when our boys have had as many potential career paths and life options opened up for them.
We have more subjects available next year for Year 10 students moving into Year 11 than what we've ever had before in the past. We're offering business services and primary industries in-house, not at TAFE, and in subsequent years following we're really hoping to bring construction and entertainment and also hospitality to the King's School.
And there's much more encouragement now for a holistic approach, not just the bright boys, but the all-rounders as well.
Yes, we want to celebrate all boys' success, whether they're going to get 99.95 through to the 80s as an ATAR, but we want to celebrate success of the boy of achieving their own personal best. If that's what defines their success, going down an alternative pathway and them attaining their personal best, we want to celebrate those qualities as well.
We've just had the launch of a King's First, Vocational Educational Training at this session for Year 10 boys and their parents, offering alternate pathways to the ATAR onto tertiary education.
I thought those choices were quite good. It's nice to see that they're actually offered in-house, primary industries in particular, but also some of the other courses that the boys can do.
Oh, phenomenal. I mean, you know, there's something there for everybody. I'd imagine. I'd be very surprised if a boy couldn't find something that appealed to him or he had a passion for.
To me, it looked like it was well thought through. There was a lot of research done at what areas will be around for a considerable amount of time, what areas we need to focus on, things like hospitality, where we're getting more tourism in, construction, where we're expanding, and lots of infrastructure works around. So I thought it was very, very well researched.
So how would you describe the success for a boy leading up to the HSC?
Yes, hard work. I have a saying that I say to the boys, and that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. To me, that's absolutely crucial. Boys need to invest energy in themselves. They need to back themselves. They need to seek advice, and they need to make sure that they desire to be the best versions of themselves at all possible times.
The key messages are for boys and parents. Keep it all in perspective. There's an ever-expanding range of options, both at school and beyond. The HSC is one step in a lifetime of learning. Every success is celebrated, from those scoring the top marks to our all-rounders. And then, after the King's experience, boys have a growing range of scholarship options.
Our boys certainly benefit in a multitude of ways by other boys having scholarship here at King's. They have the knowledge, they have the vibe, they've got the growth mindset already inbuilt into them, and that has a domino effect amongst all of our other students here at the King's School. Absolutely crucial that King's community does get behind scholarships. It's important for the school, it's important to provide opportunities for the boys to really thrive in conditions that are quite challenging for them.
We hope you found our tips and our sense of perspective a real help, whether you're counting down to the HSC in 2019 or any other year. If you'd like specific guidelines or help, send us an email, kingscast@kings.edu.au. I'm Glenn Daniel. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye for now.